So glad you're with us. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to the MGM Grand here on the Vegas Strip in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Our main event should be a good one tonight. 10 rounds of welterweight action between Ricky the Hitman Hatton and Sugar Ray Leonard. Ricky Hatton's coming down to the ring right now, and he does so with a certain gamesmanship, putting forth that attitude to his opponent, telling him, I'm the man, and I know it. Sugar Ray Leonard's on his way to the ring, and you can just tell what kind of night he intends this to be. He's just brimming with confidence.
Okay, let's have a good clean fight. Touch him up.
Everybody's been waiting for these two to meet up. Now they do, as round one is underway. Well, Teddy, here in this matchup, two guys who tend to go the distance. What do we look for early?
You know, I'm looking to see who can be more consistent in just one area. Who uses their jab a little bit steadier.
Sugar Ray showing defense, able to block that punch. Blocks the headshot. Oh, he goes down hard, and now he's got a real problem ahead of him. Plenty of time for his opponent to jump on him. Ricky Hatton find a way. He went down and now beating the count and looking to continue and survive.
Well, I think a lot of us wanted to find out what would happen when this moment came, if it did come. Right now, Hatton wants to find out too.
Let's see some more head movement. Let's see some more head movement. Get out of the way.
There's the headshot, but he parries it away. Turned that hook over, but couldn't turn it into a connect. You know, we only show up when it's time to watch them do their thing for the fight, but they're really working at it day in and day out just to make weight. What's so tough about making weight in boxing?
Well, it can weigh you down. I mean, it takes discipline. And all of a sudden, it allows you a trail of excuses, because now you can start to say, well, gee, you know, I didn't do this. You know, it's the drudgery of it, and it's the consistency of it. When you have to stay at a weight, and you have to watch that weight, you have to balance it where you're also going to be able to have a physicality when you get in the ring. You don't want to be weak, so you want to get that right balance where you're disciplined, you get the weight down, but you don't lose that physical edge.
Listen, I need to see more counter punches, okay? Whenever he misses, come. Let's get on that swing. Get the compress on that.
So here we are, all wondering, can he survive the start of this round after the way we saw him go down in that last round?
Well, it's up to his opponent. Now, his opponent gets a little careless and he rushes in a little bit too close. He could get a chance to grab those hands and tie him up. And then he can kill a little of the clock, survive.
One of the great all-time storybook careers in boxing history, Sugar Ray Leonard. Obviously, turned pro, won a title at a young age, and then had the two fights with Hands of Stone, Roberto Duran, including the No Mas fight in New Orleans.
You know, those fights really made him. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. They made him in two different ways. They made him where he found out that he could be more than a smiling endorsement guy, Sugar Ray Leonard, that there was something more substantial, that he could fight with you in the pits, in the dark alleys, that he had that kind of makeup, and everybody else found that out. And also, it helped him with the audience because people don't like a guy who's too privileged. And in this case, he showed that he was also a guy who could go down there and act like a blue-collar guy, just act like a fighter.
A nice block by Hatton. Well-placed counter punch by Ricky Hatton. Well, that's exactly what you should be doing on the inside. If you want to punch and you need space, do what you have to do to get that space. He's pushing him around. Just 10 seconds to go in this round. Good-looking counter punch. This round comes to an end here. Joe Tessitore sitting ringside as always with Teddy Atlas. Love coming to this fight venue. We always have a great time when we come to town, with the exception of having to pay the bill for our entire crew on the night before when they take us out to a steak dinner.
Yeah, you know, they remind me of fighters a little bit. You know, the fighters that we see that have every once in a while, very short arms. You know.
They do.
These guys
They don't have the reach.
No,
they
can't
don't reach for the wallet.
No, they don't. And I tell you, they would be great on the inside. Really great. I wish I could put them on the inside in the kitchen where I didn't have to take care of them at the table, but great guys.
Good way to protect the midsection. When we've seen Ricky Hatton at his best, is it fair to say it's because he has a swarming approach to things? He smothers you and swarms you?
Yeah, I think it's more of a calculated aggression, a controlled aggression. Yeah, he wants you to think he's swarming you. That's part of the perception, but not really what's happening. You get inside with him, and sometimes he's not punching, but he's putting some kind of pressure on you where you feel like you're being swarmed.
They both decide to bring it. See, he's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head. And a well-placed counter by Hatton. Ricky Hatton's got to deal with a cut cheek. Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot. So the round comes to an end. Joe and Teddy here ringside, and we've been enjoying sitting ringside because, Teddy, I know you have some of your fine guests from the Dr. Theodore Atlas Charitable Foundation with us here tonight.
And they're having a great night, and it's great to have them here. The thing that I want to say is thank you to all the people that help us help many. They trust us. They allow us to be the middleman to give out the resources where they're needed. Thank you for mentioning Joe, and thank you to all the people that help us do what we do.
Accurate counter punch by Ricky Hatton. Teddy, you know what I'm so impressed by? Obviously, the pace of this fight is just ridiculous. But how hungry these guys are, how badly each guy wants it.
Joe, this is the kind of fight that it has nothing to do about money. It has everything to do about legacy, how they're going to be remembered.
You know, it's a new day and age, but people should really reflect on the celebrity of Sugar Ray Leonard. There was a long time period in this country where he was undoubtedly one of the biggest superstars, not just in sports, but in all mainstream pop culture.
Yeah, he was. First of all, he had that great smile. He was doing endorsements. He was doing soda commercials, you know. And I think what's interesting about that is that he proved himself to the people. At first, they thought he was just this golden boy, this guy, you know, the sugar man. And he had all this great talent. But then, after the first Iran fight, he showed everybody that he could roll his sleeves up, you know, that he could get down and dirty, that he could be just a regular guy, a guy that you could count on, not just a guy that was privileged with great talent.
Teddy, this is one of those moments where you just wish you could pick up the phone and call up the world and say, tune in. Everybody should be watching this, right?
I have a cell phone. I might do that right now.
Start dialing. Teddy, making predictions in boxing is often a dangerous task, but I'll make one right here that seems pretty obvious to me as we come to the end of that round here. This fight is going to be a brutal display as long as it lasts.
It's kind of like going and watching that home run contest.
Holy cow! Ricky Hatton's legs look sick, and once again he goes down. The question is, can he rise up again? Rise up to his feet. But what does the immediate future hold for him?
Well, he only has a couple seconds to figure it out.
That's a big body shot right there to score the knockdown. Ricky Hatton find a way. He went down and now beating the count and looking to continue and survive.
Well, I think a lot of us wanted to find out what would happen when this moment came, if it did come. Right now, Hatton wants to find out too.
Protecting his head well with his guard. He tried to nab him up top, but was unable to connect. Every gym's got one of those double-ended bags, right? They give you the movement, you got to hit that moving target, work on your accuracy. He's making it so that his opponent never had to work on one, Teddy. He's just sitting right there, right in front, no head movement whatsoever.
No, not at all. He didn't have one in his gym, that's for sure, because he just does not know how to move his head. The old timers would say he gets insulted if you miss him.
Well, that's exactly what you should be doing on the inside. If you want to punch and you need space, do what you have to do to get that space. He's pushing him around. Got to try to do better than that. He missed with that hook. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. Round comes to an end. You saw the knockdown there in that round. A little bit of a momentum gainer.
Yeah, obviously it gives you confidence, but you know what? It can also be a momentum killer, believe it or not.
How so?
Joe, I've had guys where the worst thing that happened to them in a fight was when they scored the knockdown because they thought it was just going to keep happening. And they thought about only the punch they landed, not how they set it up. So they got away from the game plan.
And a smart counterpunch by Ricky Hatton. I don't know which way to read this. Is he trying to confuse his opponent, or is he just confusing himself by changing his style, the way he's approaching things here after being knocked down earlier?
Well, if I'm the opponent, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying that I just gave him a little truth serum. Yeah, I'm seeing really the truth now about him, that he's really hurt, and he's a little desperate. And in my mind, I'm going to deal with it that way. I'm going to go after him saying, I have him. I'm going to take advantage of this right now. He's not going to fool me.
Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. I would assume there has to come a point in this fight where he has to make the commitment to throw the power punches. It's hard to envision a way he's going to win this fight without going down that road.
He doesn't have the confidence to do it. I don't know if he's mentally strong enough to do it. I think he's worried about throwing hard at the guy because maybe in his mind that means the guy will throw hard back at him.
Wow! Ricky Hatton's been there he goes! He goes down from that headshot.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6.
That is it. This fight is is over. Sugar Ray Leonard's going to be partying tonight. A knockout victory. It doesn't get better than that. Sugar Ray Leonard is your winner by impressive knockout victory.
And he did it just the way he had to. Stayed on